Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable Miss Nandi as the head of Medical and Treatment Community, the Honorable Speakers, and the Honorable Guests. Welcome to the CPR Workshop 2020. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Edo Yusuf Naval, and it is an honor for me to be the Master of Ceremony in this workshop. I would also like to thank to everyone who participating in this workshop. Before we start the workshop, let me read the event schedules first. First is opening. The second is material from Ms. Risma. The third is material from Mr. Lilo. Fourth is material from Mr. Pakas. And the last one is closing. The next agenda is a material from Ms. Risma. For you who do not know her, she is a scholar from Cambridge University. So give applause to Ms. Risma.
Putri, and here I will explain to you what exactly a CPR is. CPR, or cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or mostly known as mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, is an emergency procedure that combines both mouth-to-mouth respiration and chest compression. CPR are usually done to people who are under cardiac arrest to restore the flow of oxygenated blood to the brain and to heart, manually with an objective to prevent or delay tissue death. There are also some types of CPR that could be done and some steps that you have to follow if you want to apply CPR in real-life situation, which will be explained by my co-workers. Thank you for your attention. I hope that I can be of help with this new information. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Risma, for the amazing speech. With her material, now we know what CPR is. Next, please welcome Mr. Lilo from Oxford University. Give him applause. Thank you, Mr. Lilo, for the lesson. Because of him, now we know that there are some varieties in CPR. Next, we are going to present the final material from Mr. Bagas. Without further ado, please give him applause.
After that, call 119 for assistance if it's evident that the person needs help. If you are unable to call emergency services because the help of a passenger, then send someone to get an AED or automated external defibrillator. However, if an AED is unavailable or there are no bystanders to access it, stay with the victim, call 119 and begin the CPR. Not the CPR, but yeah. Next, open the airway. You need to make sure that the person is lying on their back. Then, tilt the head back slightly to lift the chin. The last step before performing CPR is to check for breathing for no more than 10 seconds for sounds of breathing. Make sure to listen carefully, as occasional gasping sound do not equate to breathing. If there's no breathing, begin CPR. At this point, you may begin the CPR procedure. But remember that the procedure requires your utmost focus and attention. The first thing to do in CPR is to push hard and fast. The way to do it is to place your hand one on top of the other in the middle of the chest. Use your body weight to help you administer compression that are at least 2 inches deep and delivered at a rate of at least 100 compression per minute. Next, you need to deliver rescue breath. With the person's head tilted back slightly and the chin lifted, pinch the nose shut and place your mouth over the person's mouth to make a complete seal. Blow into the person's mouth to make the chest rise. Deliver 2 rescue breaths, then continue compressions. Do note that if the chest does not rise with the initial rescue breath, retilt the head before delivering the second breath. If the chest doesn't rise with the second breath, the person may be choking. After its subsequent set of 30 chest compressions, and before attempting breath, look for an object and remove it when seen. The final step is just to keep performing cycles of chest compressions and breathing until the person exhibits signs of life, such as breathing, or an AED becomes available, or EMS or emergency medical service or any trained medical responder arrive on scene. Keep in mind that you need to stop CPR procedures if your surroundings become dangerous, or you are unable to continue performing CPR due to exhaustion. That's it for this session. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you are now able to perform CPR and save life. Back to you, Edo.
Thank you, Mr. Bagas, for the incredible speech. Well, I think that is all on the workshop today. I'm Edo Yusuf Naval, as the master of ceremony. From the deepest of my heart, I do apologize for my mistakes in presenting this workshop. Thank you very much for your attention and see you in the next occasion.